blaming black liberals. Imagine having edges like that and you blaming us.
What is good, people, and welcome on another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're joining for the very first time, thank you as well for clicking on this video. There is a lady currently going viral on TikTok for, letting the people know some of the things and some of the people that discussed her. And from her list, you can tell the people that she is attacking because she was so bold and very clear about some of the people that discussed her and just basically blaming the whole thing of black people. I have seen so many people, put blame on black people, and every single time I see this video, I just say that it is so difficult to be a black person in the USA today, because if anything is going to go wrong, black people have to be the ones to be blamed for it. She made a video listing out the people who discussed that, and you guys, I'm just going to let you guys hear from the horse's mouth and as well what the people are saying about her video.
I want you all to know, if you put Kamala Harris over your humanity, you disgust me. If you sat on this app and you bullied Maya and not your politicians, you disgust me. If you sat on this app and compared Cory Booker's performative bullshit to MLK and Rosa Parks, you disgust me. If you literally chose TikTokers and politicians over your humanity, you disgust me. You deserve nothing in life. And all the black liberals that have literally set us back years, I hope you understand what you have done, and I understand you understand the gravity of what you have done. Go to hell.
Isn't it funny that you want to talk about sacrificing humanity, but you sacrifice the entire country by sitting on your ass? You sacrifice the black community. You sacrifice the LGBT. You sacrifice black women. You sacrifice black trans women. You sacrifice immigrants. You sacrifice citizenship. You sacrifice healthcare. You sacrifice federal workers. You sacrificed our elders. You did all of this for what? Am I the only one who just heard this shit? This pick me is literally blaming the entire black community for the state of the country. She is blaming the 92% and the 80% for what the fuck is going on with Donald Trump. How is that even possible? We showed up during an election and we voted for harm reduction by voting for Kamala Harris because we understand that we are not one issue voters. Everything has an intersection there. When it comes to one marginalized community to another, we understand that there's intersectionality. If one of us floats or one of us dies, we all die in the damn together. And even when these people who continuously show their anti-blackness, microaggressions, or just pure fucking racism, who won't even piss on us if we're on fucking fire, we continue to advocate for them, even though they don't do it for us in return. This girl is sitting up here making excuses for the pro-Palestine movement that was so hostile to the black community. And I've got a timeline. This is not hyperbole. My name is not Amani. I have receipts. Who remembers besides me that back in December 2023, 8 months before Kamala Harris was the presumptive nominee, there was a holiday party being held in the 13th Congressional District of Michigan by black organizers and legislators. And all of a sudden, the pro-Palestine protesters decided to bum rush a building where they were not invited to and decided to beat a black woman's ass by the name of Bobby Avington Johnson. She was hospitalized.
They came in here, they bust me in my head and everything. I ask you, this is the blacks that are fighting against them. We're fighting against them.
Please leave the building. Please leave from in front of the building.
You're asking them to leave.
Who besides me remembers when the Black Student Union had to give out a statement withdrawing from the Tahrir Coalition, and I quote, "The anti-blackness within the coalition had been too pervasive to overcome, and we refused to endure it." But here's the important piece. Even with all the anti-blackness they endured, they made sure they said this statement. "We, the Black Student Union, stand steadfast in our support for the Palestinian people, and we call for the divestment." Even with being victims of racism, they're still advocating for people who won't piss on them if they were on fire. Who besides me remembers when they tried to weaponize Marcellus Williams being on death row and blaming it on Kamala Harris, trying to manipulate black people into not voting for her, using our trauma and our mistreatment when it comes to law enforcement?
If you're following his story and you're still voting for Kamala Harris, I would like to ask you why. Because she's already in power. What is she doing to help Marcellus? What is the top queen of cops going to be doing?
Mind you, as vice president. She has no pardon power. So I don't even understand what the fuck this lady was even talking about. And for somebody who supposedly followed the case so closely, why did you not know that Marcellus Williams was sentenced on a state level? Meaning, not even the president had the ability to pardon Marcellus Williams, according to Article 2 of Section 2 of the Constitution. He can only pardon people on a federal level. So she wants to protect Maya, but who besides me remembers when Maya sicked her 5 million followers to attack a black woman because she said she was going to vote for Kamala Harris, and that black woman's name was Tory Greer.
And her response was, okay, I'm never going to support Palestine again.
Well, hello, it's the person of color that you saw on your page that you came over here to lie about, because I didn't say, okay, I'm never going to support them again. I said, I'm never going to say anything about it again. That's what I said, which doesn't mean I withdraw my support, which means that I'm not vocally going to be on here and be harassed by people when I say that I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Who besides me remembers, even after the massive attacks and harassment, Tory Greer decided to go on live and engage in discourse with Maya Yoni anyways, while Maya Yoni displayed microaggressions, asking her, do you know who Netanyahu is?
Do you know who Netanyahu is?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Along with putting words in Tory's mouth that never touched her lips.
You took your frustration on what you're seeing with other people out on me based off of what you saw in my video. That's what it sounds like.
Well, in your video, I did feel very hurt.
And why didn't you sit with those feelings a little bit longer?
Because you
to fully understand.
publicly made a video. Why didn't you sit with the feelings about what I said in my video?
What, the video that you made after not sitting with yours?
To this day, Tory is still being harassed by the same fucking people who doxed her, found out where she works, and also tried to get her fiance fired. In this game that they want to play called Oppression Olympics, they sat up here and told black people that they don't give a fuck about how oppressed we are, as if we did not survive the oppressive nature of the United States for the last 400 years because we understood this thing called harm reduction. But remember, we're the problem because we had the damn audacity to warn people about Project 2025. We had the audacity to warn federal workers, warn people about their Medicaid, warn them about SNAP benefits, warn our seniors about them losing their Social Security, meaning they would have to decide whether they want to pay for the medicine that's sustaining their lives or keep the fucking lights on. This is our problem. We are the problem. You're right, Renee. The black community is obviously the fucking problem. And even in your misdirected anger, because apparently you care more about the Palestinian people than you care about your own community. You care about them so much that you're so loud in your advocacy where you can't even hear them when they said they wanted Kamala Harris to win. Even though you obviously hate your own people, we're not wishing any harm on you. I hope that when you go out protesting tomorrow, while you're standing in solidarity with people who wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, I pray to God that they don't use you as a Teflon vest or a black human shield when shit pops off. Hopefully you won't be the only person arrested because of the color of your skin.
I want you all to know, if you put Kamala Harris over your humanity, you disgust me. If you sat on this app and you bullied Maya and not your politicians, you disgust me. If you sat on this app and compared Cory Booker's performance...
You know what disgusts me? Those edges. They disgust me. And I find it crazy that you said black liberals, we're the ones at fault here. It was everyone, including Trump supporters, including the left, who didn't vote for Kamala, and the ones who didn't vote at all. You guys did this to us. All of you did this to us. All of you are in the same pot, same kettle, same all of that. What you're doing is projection. It's liberals' fault. We literally voted right. We voted for Kamala. We voted for the best option. And you're blaming black liberals. Imagine having edges like that and you blaming us. What, you mad because we kept our word as black liberals? You mad because we kept our word and said, y'all go ahead and try to save the world if you want. We on vacation the next 4 years. You're mad, ain't you? You're pressed and you're upset that we actually said what we was going to do. And you don't like that it came to fruition. Next time, vote better, Bookie. And do something about them edges, please.
Since the results of the election came out, and I think even before that, because when people started, or when black people started being very loud about what they are going to support and putting that out there, there were influx of people, pro-Palestine people literally coming at black people, telling black people to put their own problems aside. and focus on the people of Palestine. And the same Black people have been the one advocating for the people of Palestine as well. But because they want to put themselves first at that time, it became a problem. If you've been on the channel for a while, I'm sure you've come across so many content that I have uploaded in this conversation, because it was a very long time and so many Black people were being dragged. The Tory that the first teacher mentioned in this video, that lady was so dragged to a point where it became very viral. This has been going on even before the election, even before this administration took over. One of the things I've just noticed is the fact that Black people are so easy to blame. Even the filibuster that Cory Booker did, a lot of people were coming at him saying he did not mention the people of Palestine. What is a filibuster and what exactly was he talking about for 25 hours plus without mentioning the people of Palestine? God forbid that the people of the United States put themselves first for the very first time, just because they know that there is no way to pour from an empty cup. This conversation at this point is even becoming boring, because every single time they blame it on Black people. It's so easy to blame those people, and it is now very annoying. This person said the fact that she kept saying we discussed her, girl, we don't care. African continent have had dozens upon dozens of G-sites for centuries. Nobody ever had this energy for them. As of 2 weeks ago, the people of Congo were still out crying about what is going on. The people of Sudan were crying about what is going on. They didn't come online to come and advocate. They didn't come online to come and drag others to speak up for these people. They are doing this at this point. This person said, I just want to know who she was trying to vote for. Because even if nobody voted for Kamala and voted for Jill still, DT, which is the president, will still be president. They don't understand that. This one said this is when her ancestors would have told her to go somewhere and sit down. Don't nobody care what she thinks or feel. What is wild is Biden didn't do anything to protect us from what a Trump presidency could bring. There is no harm reduction when it comes to G-side. And as you said, everything has an intersection. Why does it have to be Black people being blamed for everything currently going on when they are not even the person who put these said people in the office? Why are they being blamed, literally? Let me hear what you guys think in the comment section. I will sure talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye.